One thing I know as a black woman in radio is that Jess Hilarious nor Lauren are wrong in the situation of what's going on here at the Breakfast Club, and I'm going to tell you why. And actually, it's better for me to just quickly read, because y'all know you're like, is she about to read something? But to read what I wrote on my other social media pages, because every time I kept thinking to come here and do this video with y'all, I was saying too many words, okay? And I felt like the way that I just wrote it summed it up better than how I could just sit here and come and talk to y'all. So I'm gonna just read what I said, okay? As a black woman in radio, I completely understand where Jess is coming from. Regardless of how you may feel about her, management handled the transition of Lauren from being temporary to full-time recklessly, and this happens with women in radio all the time. Folks behind the scenes love to passively pit women against each other and then sit back and watch the cookie crumble and just see who survives. Who is going to be the least outspoken and let us operate in this toxic, cutthroat environment? I've seen this happen time and time again. The boss whispering to both parties, "You're the real star of the show. She needs you more than you need her." Now, both women are side-eyeing each other, looking at each other crazy because seeds have been planted in their heads that will eventually lead to a breakdown. I've been Lauren in a situation and realized how I was being used as a pawn to push another black woman out. I understand why at first my colleague had a chip on their shoulder because they're thinking this slot is theirs. And then here I come and no one asked them how they felt about it. A lot of work goes into these shows, so I get it. And it's not easy to get your own show or segment when you enter into mainstream radio. It's side note, y'all, I'm not even in mainstream radio or what I would consider mainstream radio. Okay, but I get it even on the low power FM level. If you're in radio, you know what I mean by when I say that. Let me get back to my statement. Contrary to popular belief, there aren't that many women in radio, let alone black women. So it puts people in a position to feel like they had to fight for any crumb that they can get. There's nothing abnormal about Jess feeling a way about her role, essentially being cut in half with no guidance and conversation about how that would work because there's not a lot of respect for women in radio in the first place. She's new. And therefore, they didn't think she deserved a heads up, as if she just should be grateful to be there, so shut up and deal with it. There's a lot of promises made and a lot of promises broken in the radio entertainment world, whether you have a contract or not. Seeing as how Jess chose Lauren to fill in for her, I could see how she was also looking at Lauren like, damn, you ain't even giving me a heads up, or at least be like, let's wait for Jess to get back to figure this out, especially since Lauren was not new to the group. She's a producer. And I'm sure in Jess's mind, she's thinking from that aspect alone, you should know how important it is to make sure that we hash these things out before I come back and essentially get bamboozled and